Good morning, my name is Austin Rose and I have a bacon sandwich. Tasty. Today is Sunday, it's 9 o'clock and the reason why it's Sunday and not Saturday is because I fancied a day off from animating yesterday. So what I want to do is check what I did on Friday. So this is where we left it. I did a play blast. Okay, I think it's looking cool. There's a couple of things that I want to do. So the highest on the priority list is sorting out that landing. It feels a little bit too soft. He kind of makes that stretch, then he comes down. He's got a bend in his knees before his foot fully reaches the ground. That doesn't make sense. By this point his feet should both be down and he should be kind of more upright, a little bit more stretched. That will make it feel a little less odd here, and I want to smooth out whatever he's doing with his hands and get rid of that headbang because it's far too much.
Okay, so the first things first, and that is that I've sped this video up by about 3000% just to fit in the 2 hours of work that I did into a 7-minute video. Now, as I'm sure that you can see, the polishing phase is long and it is boring, but it's where the animation starts to come alive. I feel like through the week I got this animation up to something like 75% of the way there, creating the keys and the breakdowns and sculpting those to look exactly how I want them. To continue with the sculpting analogy, this final phase is like putting the finishing touches to a stone sculpture using nothing but a feather. We're going into every motion and tweaking those keys to help it really flow. At this point, it's not only about how good those poses are looking individually, but also about how well those poses relate to each other along the timeline. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's a lot of going back and forth and scrubbing along the timeline and using the methods mentioned in the last video. If I feel I need to delete a key because it's not doing anything, then I delete it. If I feel the motion could do with another breakdown, then I add another key. If the pose just needs amending, then gosh darn it, that's what I do. Now most of the time it's just a case of offsetting a key by a frame or two or something like that to make a movement feel more fluid. Whatever you need to do to make a piece look good, even if it's keying every single frame, then get it done. Now as you can see, I'm making playblast after playblast. I'm spending time analysing the motion, looking out for things that I do like and that I don't like. Now playblasts are important to see a true representation of what the animation actually looks like, especially if you have a bit of an older machine like mine, where the viewport playback has a tendency to stutter or drop frames. Now whilst watching these, I'm keeping an eye out for timing, posing, spacing, anything that can make this piece feel better. And then I would make those changes as best I could. Do another playblast, scrutinise it all again and do more tweaks, rinse and repeat. Now it may sound tedious, but that's because it is tedious. However, this is where you get the most out of the effort that you put in. It's a lot of work, but it makes the end result look so much better. Polishing is such a vital part of making your shots look good. Constantly refining and critiquing and tweaking, you're always going to see something new that can be done better, even when you've finally rendered the damn thing. But sometimes you just need to step back from this, spend a bit of time away from the computer and come back to it with fresh eyes and a clear head. Now, it's very easy to fall into a black hole of despair, constantly seeing new ways of being able to improve, but then you wind up never being happy with your work, or even worse, never actually finishing it. But I suppose this is like any other form of art. At the end of the day, you'll probably have a deadline or a new shot waiting in the rafters, waiting for you to start on it. Sometimes you've just got to say enough is enough and move on with your life. But if you can find one aspect in your work from which you can take some pride, something that will make yourself or others smile, then the job's a good one. Always remember to take pride in your work, but never allow your pride to diminish the good work that you have done.
Okay, for what you can see, I think that's pretty cool. I could definitely polish it more, but I'm not gonna. Right. Oh gosh, I think we're done. Boom, calling it quits. I've spent 1 hour every morning this week working on this, and for the amount of time that I've spent on it, I'm quite happy with the outcome. Right, I'm done here. Goodbye! Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you like it. Please send me any form of encouragement. I'll post a long version of this video up on Patreon when it's all ready.